why do we instinctively and societally seem to want to focus on what we can't do?
That's a
Not,
phenomenal
I'm not
question.
referencing what we don't have the ability to do. I'm saying we look at life through, the reactive negative lens.
I think it's because we have lost the respect for the hero's journey. I
Say
think
more.
that
That's
our
intriguing.
heroes today in culture and in society are generally victims. All of the examples you gave, the person is sitting there asking themselves, is this the beginning or the end? And oftentimes what you find in life is those that fall apart at the sign of a hardship or a challenge or something difficult, they're basically letting their mind brainwash them into believing that this is the end and that there isn't anything that they can control and that anything that they can control will never get them out of this dark hole. And another very unfortunate thing that happens that's very common that makes me sad, and I realized it a lot while you were talking, is, and I love this about you, you look to who's around you and you strengthen those relationships. Unfortunately, most of the time what happens for people is that not only are they in a very dark place and going through a challenging time and it feels like it's all over and there's no way out, but they don't share it with anybody. And loneliness can kill you. It can literally send you into such a dark, dark, dark place that some people never get out of. I think you're absolutely right that life comes down to a series of events. Many of them are challenging and circumstances that are difficult, and learning to develop mastery along the way while also strengthening the bond with the people that you have around you and love, because in the end, all we have is our memories of each other. I mean, literally, what do we actually have in the end? We will be forgotten in 2 generations by now. So it's like this life ultimately does come down to mastery, to enjoyment, to experience, to love, to art, to play. It's all integrated by love and the people around you. We will never avoid trauma and hardships and challenges in life. We will never. Disease, loss of a loved one, going bankrupt. These are all, many of them, some of them, inevitable things that will happen. And if we navigate our lives to just simply try to avoid the inevitable, we're going to suffer forever, perpetually. And then we get there and we go, why did I get here? Woe is me. And what you're talking about, I think we have to go back to, I can tend to be a bit, obviously, as you can tell, classical and traditional in my thinking, because I think that a lot of the wisdom that we had, there's a reason that it existed. And I think that society today is far more lost than perhaps it used to be. We had models, we had archetypes, we had symbols of how to lead our lives. We had religion. A lot of people like to shit on religion. I think religion is a beautiful example of a construct to create meaning and fulfillment and joy and connection with something bigger than yourself. We've lost that as a society, and so we're running around frantically like victims. And I think we've lost the hero's journey, and that's probably why we do what we do.